What's going on, guys? Well, this past weekend, I planned on going to a cruise-in with my wonderful Ferrari. And let me just tell you one thing about a Ferrari. It is a wonderful piece of art. Let me explain. Okay, so I figured I'd go to a cruise-in, take the Ferrari out. We finally have some nice weather here, and of course I notice it has a flat tire. Well, it's never had a flat tire before, so I thought that I would just go ahead and pump it up, and of course in 24 hours it's back flat, so I must have a nail in it or something. I'm gonna have to take this tire off and go get it checked. But before I even noticed that I had a flat tire, I came in here and noticed I had another dead battery. And as you can see, I've got the battery compartment open down there and trying to figure out exactly what's going on. The only good saving thing is American muscle always prevails. So I took out the Viper, and just like any Viper, it starts up on the first time, drove flawlessly, probably got more compliments than the Ferrari ever would. So I took that out. But now the name of the game is, how do I get this tire off, especially with that post right in the way? Nothing is ever easy. All right, let's get started and see what I've got to do. Step one should be fairly easy. I've got a 17mm socket, and I'm going to break loose the lug nuts so that I can then jack up the car and take the wheel off. Should be simple. It's a Ferrari. What could go wrong? Nothing to it. Well, now all I have to do is jack this side of the car up, and then hopefully everything will be easy. Now, I am going to do a video on a quick jack, and along with that quick jack comes these really handy pucks, and it's kind of like this. It's just a rubber puck. And I'm going to show you on the bottom of the Ferrari where it actually has a recessed area that something like this can fit into, and then that will go under, and that should make it so that we don't damage anything. Well, that's the plan at least. So if we're on the ground right next to the rocker panel and we start to go under, and right there is where the recessed mount is, and that's where I'm going to put the rubber block and then the jack underneath it. So at least now you know where to go to jack up your Ferrari. I guess it is good information. Okay, so just as according to plan, nothing goes according to plan. The car is sitting too low to be able to get the jack under with the puck. So I've hooked up the air compressor, and now we're going to put air into the tire, and we'll see if that gives me enough clearance. Okay, so we have air in the tire now. Hopefully that'll give us enough distance to be able to get this jack stand under. Let's take a see. All the way down. This goes up into there. Oh, you gotta be joking. All right, even with the air totally inflated in the tire, my jack is still about 1/8 of an inch too tall to fit under there and get it with the rubber puck. So what I think I'm gonna do is try to jack up the front just a little so that I can get this under there. Let's try that now. All right, while we're doing this, I might as well show you where the jack spot is for the front as well. And as you look under here, you will see this nice little nipple thing. It's actually an extruded piece of metal that comes directly down from the frame. And that is where you can jack from. So there's your front and there's your rear. So this should work out fine. Totally. Well, now that I have 2 jacks instead of the 1, I think that we'll be able to get this done. So I'm going to put this under the front jacking location. And to be honest, I think that's all I really need to be able to get it under this jacking location. And now I can remove this one. All with keeping in mind that I don't want to hit the car behind me. So, if anyone is having a really good time and wants to come join me for any of these, please leave me a comment below and say, God, I'd really love to be there while you have to figure out how to work these things. That'd be great. All right, so let's jack it up and let's take a tire off. I probably should still put a chalk somewhere. Probably a smart idea on my point. Oh! Wheel chalk. Done. So the good news is that we have the tire off. The good and bad news is I can already hear a hissing sound. So I've got my special soapy water, which is a mixture of soap and water. Yeah, but it's coming from the valve stem in here. Well, thought it was. Oh, that's even worse. Look where it's coming from. Well, so that is going to be a little bit more fun. One of two things will happen. I either need to take this wheel apart because it's a two-piece wheel, or I will have to buy a new wheel. Holy God. Look at this. The damn whole thing is leaking. I don't think I've ever seen anything like that. Yay, go me. But I mean, check this out. All the way around the wheel. It looks like freaking magic bubbles. Well, there's one little section that's not really leaking. Good news is we figured out what's wrong with that tire and why I'm leaking air. Bad news is I don't know how to really fix that yet. But that doesn't mean that I won't figure it out. It just means for today, I think I'm about done. So hopefully you enjoyed finding out why a Ferrari is a much better piece of art than an actual roadworthy machine. And if you didn't learn that, well, you know, you can experience it for yourself one day. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and try to figure out what to do on this, and we'll catch you next time. Don't forget, like, subscribe, leave me comments. Talk to you later.